What can you think of that cannot be reversed? For instance, what laws are there today that cannot be repealed? Or what medically cannot be changed? Because that's where we land today in Esther chapter 8, as we are in the midst of seeing God's people facing an edict that could not be reversed. We're going to spend a few days looking at just this one paragraph, verses 8 through 14. First, we're going to get the big picture, and then we're going to go in and dissect it apart, a verse at a time. Now, you and I know that Hamm, the enemy of the Jews, has set forth a decree that on a certain day, all God's people, men, women, and children, could be killed, and all their goods could be plundered. Their enemies are planning and preparing for this evil. Such evil. Well, this isn't any different than Nazi Germany targeting the Jewish people for genocide and then using their goods as plunder to pay for the war. Such evil is still happening today, you all. God's enemy, the enemy of his people, is rising up, and he's burning churches, and he's silencing those who speak of or serve Jesus. There is persecution and martyrdom still happening today, and perhaps on the rise. In fact, Jay Sekulow just recounted that 16 Christians every day are murdered for their faith. Think about that. That means 100 followers of Jesus Christ will be murdered this week. Well, as we go in today, we are going to be reminded that Haman's edict is irreversible because of the Persian law. So the king allows Mordecai and Esther to put together a new law under the king's ring, so it could not be revoked, a law that would allow God's people to defend themselves against any and all that would come after them, who would attack them. Grab your Bibles in the Gotcha Bible Guide, and let's go in today and look at this new edict and compare it to Haman's edict back in chapter 3. And just think, here are two Persian decrees that impacted the history of the world. One was to kill, and the other was to defend and give life.